So I just get these grapevine wreaths at the local craft stores. We have Pat Catan's or Doris. I think you can order from them online. It's just a simple grapevine wreath, nothing fancy. And these are 18-inch wreaths that we're using today to make this project. So that wire that I clipped off of the flower, I use these. This is really strong. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the bunny head and I'm just going to use this and poke it into the styrofoam and kind of angle it down so it's going to come out the front of the front and the bottom of the bunny head. Try and get it to come out like as close to the edge as possible, but not too close because like I said, this is styrofoam, so it could very easily pull through there. So there you got your hole punched. So then you're going to go ahead and take that out, and then you're going to get your pipe cleaner, and your pipe cleaner should really just slide right in there. See how nice that is and easy? And then you're just going to use this to wrap it around, and then this is what you're going to use to attach this to the edge of to secure it to the edge of the wreath. I punched a hole through here diagonal, put a pipe cleaner in through here out the front, and just attached it right here. And then this is going to be floppy, so what we do is we needed to find a way to stabilize the ears. So I just used a natural brown pipe cleaner, and I put some glue on here and stuck it in its fur. And then I'm just going to go ahead and attach it here and here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I got the pipe cleaners attached. I just ran it around the inside of the grapevine wreath and wrapped around a couple times, and then I just took my wire cutters and I trimmed off the excess. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the flowers. These are little sprigs, and I thought these were cool because I really like this fern look. And also these little succulents are very trendy right now. So you can either pull this apart. A lot of times I'll pull this apart because I like to style it myself, but I actually had ladies in the class that didn't want to, so that's fine. So they just went ahead and they basically just stuck this in here like this. And they're pretty good, and then arrange it. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back. Okay, I went ahead and I got them stuck in there, and I kind of went on the outside of the bunny head. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't have any glue on there, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put a little tack of glue in here so that holds it in there. You don't need very much. I got these glue guns at Pat Catan's, which are amazing because they stand up. I know that, you know, you have these glue guns and they always get full of glue. They stick on the, they get all yucky, which I don't like. And then also they don't stand up. So if you have a tablecloth, it'll melt the tablecloth and all that. These just automatically stand up. Best invention ever. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some purple flowers, which I also got at Pat Catan's, just because I was trying to be, you know, a little bit colorful for the holiday. So I got that, and then I got a bushel of these flowers as well from Pat Catan's, and then I just cut this one off at the nub, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that with this with my wire cutters. Sorry about that, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Let me go ahead and do this and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I went ahead and I literally just cut the stem off. There's nothing left. Just cut it right off. Same thing with this. Cut the stem off. There's nothing left. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a good size piece of glob of glue on there. And it's about a dime. And then I'm just going to go ahead and place it on here, making sure not to cover the bunny face too much because he's so cute. Wait just a couple minutes. This glue is the high temp glue, like the super high temp, and it takes longer to cool, which is good in some applications, but these are low temp, which I actually really like the lower temp, because if you use a glue gun a lot, you know that it burns you pretty bad. So this saves you from having too bad of a burn. So there's an empty spot here, so I'm just going to go ahead and place my pretty pink flower right there. And look at it's coming together. Very easy to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the bow. Okay, so bows are very easy to make. We're gonna use basically this whole spool for the bow. So I'm gonna use about 18 inches. I'm gonna cut that off and I'm gonna reserve that part for the tail. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that and set that aside. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start making my bow. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go ahead, and this is a double-sided ribbon, which is really nice. That's always nice to keep that in mind when you're buying it, because that way you don't have to worry about, oh, the back of the ribbon is facing the wrong way and all that good stuff. So what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna start out, and this is about 6 inches. So then you're gonna do, so this is one side of the bow. So where you're holding, this is gonna be the center of the bow. So then you're gonna do the other side. You're just gonna bring it over. And because it's a double-sided ribbon, that's the same pattern on both sides, we don't have to worry about twisting it. If it had a single side, you would have to twist it in the middle every time to get your pattern facing forward. So we got that, and that side matches that side. So just keep on going, doing the same thing. And like I said, it's easy because it's a double-sided ribbon. And you're just gonna make that about 1 inch smaller. Double this side, so it's 1 inch smaller. Holding it in the center. Making this one, you can make it the same size or just a tad bit, maybe 1/2 inch smaller. Make this one about 1/2 inch smaller or relatively the same size. And we're going to try and get 4 loops on either side because that makes a good size bow. I'm going to take it off the spool. There's always a little piece of tape here. We're going to remove that. So we're going to go ahead and get that squared away. So this is what we got so far. So we got 4 going from biggest to smallest. And then your extra, what you're gonna do is you're basically going to loop this over. And this is actually a lot extra, so you're forming the middle of your bow, so you can size it. So just keep on, whatever size you want that middle to be, just kind of keep on curling it up. And I think that looks pretty nice. So you should have something that looks like that. And then what I'm gonna do, you could staple this with a staple gun because it makes it really easy to work with it. I am just going to pinch it together from left to right because I think it gives it a nice bow shape to start off with. So then we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna get my pipe cleaner, stick it in the center, bring it around back, and give it a twist or two. Then I'm going to take my tail that I reserved, the 18 inches, squeeze it in the middle, put it inside what I just did, inside the pipe cleaner, and then twist that just once or twice. Not too much because it builds bulk every time you twist it. And then pull your tail down, and then look at how nicely that's coming along. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fluff this up. And how I fluff up the ribbon is I put my finger in the first one and second one, and I twist it. Don't be afraid to manipulate the ribbon to do what you want it to do. And you're not going to mess it up. I mean, you could surely pull it too much and rip it out, but just be careful. But that's where your ribbon's going to start coming alive, is when you start shaping it and pulling it out. Like I said, I give it a little twist. See, I'm twisting it. So 2, and then I'm going to twist it. Twist. And that kind of like makes it fluffy in the middle. See how that's coming together? And then you can have the longer ones on the bottom, and then the shorter ones up at the top. So I'm just going to fluff this a little bit, and then I'm going to attach it to my wreath, and then I'll continue to fluff it the way that I like. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and attached it to the wreath. And all I did is I went ahead and I put an additional pipe cleaner through, and then attached it like that and just twisted it around. And then what's nice about this, and you can trim that off, or you can twist this together. You can use that as a hanger if you'd like. I like my wreaths to hang a little bit closer to the wall. I like to hang my wreaths inside the house instead of outside the house, instead of outside the door, because I like to look at my wreaths. So we're just going to go ahead and fluff this up the way you like it. And then these brown things that we use, the brown pipe cleaners that we used, so this is a good opportunity where you can actually hide those if you want, even though, look, you can't even really see them. So I'm going to go ahead and snip some fancy edges on here. What you want to do is you just want to fold it over, and then what you're going to do is you're always going to cut from the wired edge up. So the opened wire edge, cut up, and then you'll get a nice little point on there. And there we have it. All done. Very simple. I made this in 20-30 minutes about. You can fluff this up. Make this fluffier if you want.